Hello and good day to y'all. How's it going? Welcome back to the show. I'm Sean David. Let's talk some old school music. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at the career of one of the biggest what-ifs in black music history. We're going to take a look at the career of Aaliyah. So sit back, relax, and let's get it started.
Tonight, the story of Aaliyah's meteoric rise, the fatal plane crash, and an exclusive interview with a man who...
Every little girl was inspired to be Aaliyah. With her baggy clothes, sunglasses, and long, slick brown hair, she made an impact on the music industry in such little time. Today, we'll take a look at Aaliyah's life as we discuss the rise of Aaliyah.
Person with a big voice and an even bigger dream. From Detroit, Michigan, welcome 10-year-old Aaliyah Hutton.
On January 16, 1979, Aaliyah was born in Brooklyn, New York. She began voice lessons at a very young age and started doing performances at weddings, charity events, and even sang in the church choir. She moved to Detroit at 5 years old and attended Catholic school. She was in her first school play in the first grade, and after this, she was inspired to become an entertainer. Her mother and uncle were in the music industry, which led to Aaliyah being around music at a young age. She appeared on Star Search at only 10 years old and began auditioning for more roles and record labels. Her uncle, Barry Hankerson, signed a distribution deal with Jive Records and also signed Aaliyah to his record label, Blackground Records, when she was 12 years old. This led to her introduction to R.Kelly, who Aaliyah looked up to as a mentor. He wrote and produced her first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, and she was only 14 at the time. Her mother decided to drop her surname when she got into the music business, so she continued to go by Aaliyah. Her debut album dropped in 1994 and was at 24 on the Billboard 200 chart. She sold 74,000 copies in the first week, but ended up selling over 3 million copies in the US and was certified 2 times platinum. Her debut single, Back and Forth, was high on the Billboard Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs chart for 3 weeks and certified gold. Other successful singles on her album were At Your Best and The Thing I Like, which was a part of the soundtrack for film A Low Down Dirty Shame. In 1996, Aaliyah left Jive Records and moved to Atlantic Records, where she worked with producers Timbaland and Missy Elliott. They helped her release her second album, One in a Million. Her second album came in at 18 on the Billboard 200 and sold over 8 million copies worldwide. One in a Million was certified double platinum a year later once it was released. The teenager still attended school at the Detroit High School for the Fine and Performing Arts. She majored in drama and graduated in 1997, earning a perfect 4.0 GPA. Right after graduating, she began her acting career and also became a spokesperson for Tommy Hilfiger. She contributed to the soundtrack for the children's movie Anastasia and released Are You That Somebody for Dr. Doolittle's soundtrack, which she received a Grammy nomination for. In 1999, Aaliyah made her film debut in Romeo Must Die, and the film was quite successful, earning $18.6 million in its opening week. She also was an executive producer for the movie's soundtrack, and her single, Try Again, was so popular that it released on vinyl and single. The soundtrack sold 1.5 million copies in the US. The music video for Try Again won Aaliyah the Best Female Video and Best Video from a Film at the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards, plus another Grammy nomination. Going on to 2001, she worked on her second film, Queen of the Damned. Her acting interrupted her release of her second album, and she often tried to have a good balance between the two, but singing was always number one for her.
So you were down in Australia for some time, right?
Yeah.
All right, how'd you enjoy it?
I loved it. It was beautiful. The people were beautiful.
Finally, her second album, Aaliyah, was released on July 17, 2001, which was 5 years after her One in a Million release. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and sold 187,000 copies in its first week. We Need a Resolution was a hit single and peaked at 59 on the Billboard Hot 100. A week after her tragic death, her album numbers rose and Rock the Boat, More Than a Woman, and I Care For You were released. The album became certified platinum and sold 2.6 million copies in the US. Fans were able to get a glimpse into Aaliyah's life by the showing of MTV's show Diary Behind the Scenes in July of 2001. Aaliyah was signed to appear in films such as Honey, Some Kind of Blue, and Sparkle, but didn't get a chance to fulfill. Sparkle was shelved for some time after her death, but was released in 2012. She was also supposed to collaborate with the Isley Brothers before her death as well because of her cover from the Isley Brothers single, At Your Best. There's been plenty of rumors about Aaliyah and R. Kelly's relationship, but they were confirmed true. She was married to R. Kelly at only 15 years old, but had lied about her age at the time. Since her death, he won't discuss any details about his relationship with her out of respect for her parents. Aaliyah's death hit hard for everyone. The young star was just getting started, but on August 25, 2001, her and 8 passengers were killed in a plane crash. She just finished filming her music video for Rock the Boat and was headed back home. It was stated that the plane had too many people aboard and exceeded the limit. The pilot was also not approved to fly the plane and flew anyways, and also had traces of alcohol and cocaine in his system. Her funeral was held on August 31st, 2001.
200 feet after takeoff, the nose dipped down and the plane crashed and exploded. Those who witnessed the crash stated that it was an extremely horrific scene with seats being ejected.
Aaliyah was gone, but still winning awards for her work. She received 2 awards at the American Music Awards in 2002, and her film Queen of the Damned was released in February of 2002. In December of that year, an album was released of her unreleased music, and the album was called I Care For You. The hit single, Miss You, was number 3 on the charts. Aaliyah still continues to make an impact in the music industry as some artists are still featuring her in songs. Chris Brown, T-Pain, Tink, just to name a few. She was ranked 70 on the Billboard's Top Artists of the Decade, among other honors. Aaliyah stated, "I breathe to perform, to entertain. I can't imagine myself doing anything else. I'm just a really happy girl right now. I honestly love every aspect of this business, I really do. I feel very fulfilled and complete." She will go down as a legend, and her spirit and influence will live on forever. Aaliyah was definitely gone too soon, but will never be forgotten. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as we looked into Aaliyah's very short-lived career. Be sure to like and hit that subscribe button below. See you next time.
This show is brought to you by Jam Time Machine Radio, the finest of old school black and pop music. Check out www.jamtimemachine.com and listen to non-stop old school black and pop music. Jam Time Machine Radio, more than just music.